Hello and welcome to the West Yorkshire Football Show, live previewing Cardiff City versus Huddersfield Town. And joining us now to chat all things of Terriers, it is the Huddersfield Hub's Steve Downs. Steve, how are we doing, mate?
Not bad, how are you?
Good, good. I guess we kind of have to start by looking at yesterday's results, in particular,
Yeah,
Reading.
great day. Notts Forest lost. Wonderful.
Yeah.
The main. It stems back to Friday night, really.
Yeah.
Blackpool obviously didn't get the result they needed against Millwall, which sort of helped us out as well because that took a relegation spot straight off the table. So then it all went into Saturday. Really, QPR got the win that they needed to get over the line, which was a bit soul destroying because I really thought Garen Ainsworth were doing his best to send the R's down, but he's managed to scramble 2 wins from absolutely nowhere. And then the Reading game, I watched the Wigan Reading game. It was about as toothless as an under-7s game in Beeston on a Friday night. Just no quality in either side at all. But when Wigan scored, I think it was like in the 73rd, 4th minute, something like that. I thought, here we go, we're going to get the win that we need. It's all going to be hunky-dory. Do you know what I mean? And then Reading had to go and score, didn't they? Bloody Nolan, Come on. So Reading score, and to be fair, it's still a positive result for us because the main thing was that Reading didn't win, and Reading didn't win. So we've got to count as blessings for that, really. Overall positive day yesterday, to be honest.
Yeah, absolutely. Guys, if you are watching, get your comments in. Also, like the video, do subscribe as well. So let's have a look at the state of play then. I mean, this position, you would have kind of dreamt about this a few months ago, weren't you? When the last guy was still there and it was a sinking ship. Even when Warnock turned up, I mean, to be in a position where, you're okay, you're on level points with Reading, but 2 games in hand, and Reading, they're playing like a damp squib at the moment, aren't they? Well, I mean, it's set up, isn't it? It's set up for you to do it, really, isn't it, now, and get this done. I mean, you can't, I mean, there's still, even if you win today, it's not done, but it would be huge. I mean, it'd be absolutely huge, wouldn't it? Because you can't really separate the teams on goal difference at the minute, can you?
No. The thing is, a few weeks ago, I think it's about 2 months ago now, I was sat here with you guys. Chris isn't obviously on at the moment, but against Norwich, and it was all doom and gloom. Club had not been sold. We didn't know where that was happening. We didn't have a permanent manager, and it just looked like we were going to lose every game from then until the end of the season. Neil came in, changed it all around, and the run that we've been on has given us a bit of hope. And if we survive, I still claim it will be a miracle because of where we've come from. It genuinely will be, and with the teams that we had to play and the points that he's had to pick up. But it's not finished yet. We need to finish the job. Half the job can be done today if we win against Cardiff. Hopefully we will. And then it's just a case of getting a point. 1 point, that's all we need. 1 measly point against either Sheffield United, who are hopefully having the pina coladas on the beach, and then Reading on the final day. I'm just really hoping it's not going to go down to that final day where either of us have to win to stay up. And because I'll be in Belfast on a plane, I can't go to the game. I'll be in an airport waiting to come back on a plane, so I'll be like, my nerves will not be good.
No, definitely. Yeah, like you say, you do not want it to go down to that last game, do you? Because if Reading still have a sniff by then, even they, I think, will give it hell.
Oh, they'll be up for it. The dream scenario will be we win today, get a point against Sheffield, and then it's finished. It is done. The final day doesn't matter. But Reading can win 10-0 if they want.
Yeah.
But I'm hoping that's the scenario where we get the 4 points, and the last day is literally like the king's being crowned on that weekend, but it'll be like we can wave the real king will be at the John Smith Stadium where we can wave him off. See you, Neil. Good luck on your tractor, lad. Enjoy retirement. And that'd be the perfect day, that. honestly, that would be such a glorious day if sun was shining. Neil's last game absolutely means nothing because he saved us. That is the dream.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, with Town, as you know, with Leeds, dreams very rarely happen. And it's once in a blue moon, isn't it? So
never a straight line. Yeah, never a straight line.
No, he knows we'll lose today, beat Sheffield, and then draw it last game against Reading, won't we? But
Yeah. Well, this is it, and you can imagine as well that position you'll be if you manage to stay up. It's quite an exciting time, you would think, with the takeover pending and who's the next manager going to be, what's going to happen to the squad. I mean, it could be quite an exciting summer if that happens. Obviously, if the worst happens, it's almost the opposite. But that's kind of the position you want to be in, looking ahead with the takeover and who's going to be the next boss, that kind of thing. It's exciting stuff, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, we know obviously Josh Karoma and Josh Ruffles are probably going to leave. Neil, in his own way, sort of revealed that in a post-match press conference, which I don't know if he was supposed to do, but yeah. So I'm pleased that if those lads are leaving, they are putting a right shift in. Whether that's to get contracts elsewhere or whether they have some, they genuinely do love and want to help the club stay up before leaving us. Fair play to them if they do that. So all I can do is wish them well after if they do leave. But there's going to be a big turnaround in the squad. There's definitely going to be a turnaround in the dugout and in the boardroom. And obviously, we know the boardroom change. We just need to know the players and the management change. But that can all be wait until the next sort of week is over, and then we can start discussing that. But I tell you what, an hour before kickoff, I am bricking it. I'm so nervous. I don't get nervous. The team's out, by the way. I mean, you could do some breaking news with the team because it's just come out if you want to get it up.
Yes, let's do it. Let's get the team sheet ahead. Is it what you expected? Have you managed to have a look at it?
Well, no, I've not looked at it yet. So when you read it out, it'll be the breaking news. But I saw Lee Nichols walk off the bus on a video. Obviously, I'm not there in Cardiff. I'm at my house, so we obviously. But Nichols walked off the bus. So that'll be interesting to see whether he's on the subs bench or he's actually playing.
Well, let's have a look. So starting 11, here we go. Jordan Rhodes is starting. No, I'm joking. I'm pulling your leg. It would be a bit of a shock, would it?
He does score against Cardiff, though. He does have a good record against Cardiff City. So
are you surprised he hasn't been used more under Warnock, Rhodes?
No, because he likes Danny Ward, doesn't he? I mean, Danny does a lot of running for him, and I think whilst he respects Jordan's goal scoring abilities, he's even said himself he's the best finisher at the club by a country mile. Jordan doesn't get through the workload that Danny does, and I think Warnock wants a centre forward that if he don't score many goals, at least he'll put a shift in. So.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I'm just trying to get in the team sheet. I was going to try and be fancy and get the actual team sheet up. Lewis Sale, who covers obviously our non-league teams as well. Bad luck for yesterday, Lewis. Park Avenue obviously relegated, but good luck to Town. Looking forward to watching this one at 12. Enjoy it, Stephen, if you possibly can. He won't, Lewis. He absolutely won't.
Thanks, Lewis, but there is going to be no enjoyment with it.
It's that time of the season, isn't it, where it's just abject anxiety all the way through.
I'd just like Town to have a 14th mid-table finish for once. That'd be nice. Yeah. I'm too young for these heart sensations coming along at the end of every season.
Ross, thanks for coming, mate. He said he's playing, so yeah, Nichols is in. So we'll go and I'll go through your team sheets. We've got Nichols, we've got Pearson, Hogg, Karoma, Ruffles, Radoni, Ward, Lees, Diarra, Heelick, and Headley. So
he's playing Diarra, is he?
Yeah. Do you think then are you happy with that, or
Hogg's not in?
Yeah, apparently, yeah.
Oh, Hogg is in.
Yeah. Captain is in.
So let's just work it out then. So Leeds is in net, which not Leeds. Sorry, Lee Nichols is in net. That sort of surprises me. I think Thomas Vasilic can feel himself a little bit unlucky because he has played extremely well the last couple of games. I think he had a bit of a rocky start, but the last couple of games he's played very well and kept us in games, to be honest. So he can see himself unlucky. But I'm glad Nichols is back. If he's fit, if he's playing, he'll come out, smash people about, coming for corners. Safe pair of hands. So yeah, bob on with that. Defence is going to be Lees, Heilich, and Pearson and Ruffles, I would think. Them four,
That's it, isn't it? I'm going to try something fun. I'm going to try and be fancy and
don't
bring up the
be
team
fancy.
sheet, and I do my. It's just so no. Computer says no, you can't have it, and that's it.
I'll get it up. I'll try and get the team sheet up myself, and then I can read it myself. I think Heilich, Lees, Pearson, and Ruffles, which is good. Been solid lately, so I didn't expect him to change that. Hoggy being in's a little bit of a strange one because I thought he might leave him out and go with a very similar team to last time, really. So it's going to be Hoggy and Diarra in midfield with Radoni, and then Karoma, Headley, and Ward up top. That's what I'm thinking it's probably going to be. I can't think he'd play 5 at back against Cardiff.
No.
So,
do you think there's any? Sorry, yeah, go ahead, mate.
Well, I'm just going to read the bench: Vasilic, Rhodes, Hungbo, Kasumu, Edmonds Green, or Reg as he calls him, Jackson, and Waghorn. So it's a pretty decent bench for what we can get out of our squad at the moment. So I'm quite happy with that squad because it's quite attacking. Headley's whether a lot of people are not struck on young Headley at the moment. You know, he's only a young lad. But the games he's done, I think he's done all right. He don't have that composure in front of goal. He's had a few chances and blazed them wide or over. So, but that's always going to come with young players. But I think he's a decent athletic player, to be honest.
Yeah.
So I'm happy with that squad. I think that'll be good. Just looking at the Cardiff side, the Alnwick, Romeo, Kipre, McGuinness, Simpson, Sawyers, Wintle, Rolls, Philogene. Yeah,
right,
Philogene. Ojo and Etete.
Yeah.
So I don't know how different that is from the Cardiff side that played at Rotherham.
No, I mean they're on a little bit of an unbeaten thing, aren't they, as well? They've won 2 out of the last 3. They haven't lost for 3 and that. Do you think there's any eyes on the midweek game? Do you think there's any kind of... Are you concerned about that? The fact that you got this extra game in there and fitness and all that kind of stuff?
No, because we've had 11 days off, haven't we? You know, Cardiff's played 3 games in 10 days. We've had 11 days off. If anything, we should be the super fit side going into this fixture. I know Rotherham didn't give Cardiff the biggest run around on Thursday night when they played them, but you know, it's still a football game. They still have got through plenty of work over Cardiff lads, and obviously that game, winning that game, meant that they virtually stayed up. So for them, you know, today shouldn't be as much of a taxing effort. I'm hoping that they're a bit relaxed and we're sort of on top form, really. But no, Warnock won't let that happen where he'll have eyes for the Sheffield game. I mean, that's a bonus game, really. You know, we weren't supposed to play that game in that midweek. It's only because of the FA Cup run that they went on that we're having to play them then. It's sort of worked out with us in terms of putting Reading under the pressure because we've got that extra game and they haven't got the points that they've needed. So, like I say, hopefully, you know, if we beat Cardiff today and then get a point against Sheffield, it's all done and dusted, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Neil, thanks for your comment, mate. What's the predictions for today? Oh, I mean, Steve, are you comfortable making a prediction, really?
Yeah,
I
will. Go on then. You go first.
I've got a feeling that I think you're going to lose. I'm sorry to say. I just got a feeling, mate. I can't lie to you. I can't lie to this game, but I think Yeah,
You'll be
I think it's
joyous
going to
if we
go. I
lose,
think
won't
it's
you?
going to go to. Well, I'm a Leeds fan, so I just want abject misery for everybody, basically. Just to,
What,
so I don't feel alone.
even Exeter fans?
Yeah, especially Exeter fans, especially Exeter fans. But Google says, apparently Google, if we get the Google predictions, it's saying Cardiff City got a 41% chance to winning, and Huddersfield got a 30% chance of winning. So we'll see. I think it'll either be that, or I think it'll be a Warnock special. I think you'll do it. Are you concerned with the fact that you're on a little non-winning streak at all?
No, because the Swansea game was disappointing. We should have got something out of the Swansea game. They played for possession's sake and didn't really come forward as much as what I thought they might have done. They did have the better chances, so fair play. But the goal was, deflected goal off Augie, bless him, and it was a bit of a crap game. The Sunderland game was a good performance, though, and they're a good side of Sunderland. Obviously, we've seen them going for the playoffs, so I was happy with the point there. Whilst it's been a 3 games, non-winning run, again, you just have to look at the sides that we've been playing. Really, they're not been bad sides.
No.
So they're not being bottom of the table sides like teams around us. So, and to be fair, the Cardiff games that I have watched, they haven't got that much quality. I genuinely think we are the better team today. It makes me nervous that I watched. What did I watch the other day? Oh, Tipping Point. The game show Tipping Point. There was a woman from Cardiff on it, and she won the top prize. And I was like, "That's a bad omen. That's a terrible omen."
No, you see that a bit. I would see something like that. I'd be like, right, it's over.
I know, that's what I said.
I hate stuff like that.
I was hoping that the next time I was going to watch the show, that a Huddersfield person would have gone on and won it, but it never happened. So I'm like, oh.
The ones that I dread is where the opposition team have got a player that hasn't scored for 5 years or something.
Oh yeah,
you can bet your house that they'll turn up and knock one in against your team.
I'm just going to
happen to us every week.
I'm just going to see whether I can ask Chat GPT who's going to win.
see what AI's saying. Neo, what's your prediction anyway, mate? If you're still watching, what do you think is going to happen today? That's what I want to know. Has it let you actually do it? I can never get in that Chat GPT.
I'm just going to ask it now. See what it comes back with.
This is the definitive answer, by the way. We'll go with whatever Chat GPT says.
No, it's sitting on the fence here.
Has it bottled it?
Yeah, it's bottled. It says, I'm not going to read it all, but it says, I do not have the ability to predict the outcomes of specific future events, such as the winner of a specific sports match between Cardiff and Huddersfield. However, both teams have skilled players, and it should be an exciting match.
Oh,
the outcome will depend on various factors such as the team's current form, individual player performances, and technical decisions made by the coaches.
Wow.
There you go. Chat GPT has spoken, everybody.
Analysis. I think we'll kick you off the show. We'll just get Chat GPT to do it.
Well, to be fair, that's probably better punditry than somebody like trying to think of a Garth Crooks or something.
Absolutely.
For our younger viewers, slightly younger viewers, Garth Crooks is one of the worst pundits that's ever been on English British football television.
Is he still going on?
I don't know. I still think he does his team of the week for BBC Sport website, and there's always a player in there that's either injured or been suspended for 4 weeks or something like
that. I'm looking at the betting for the game. For suggested bets, it's saying Huddersfield Town to win.
Yeah, that's good.
So they got under 2.5 goals.
Yeah, well, that's obvious.
Under 2.5 goals. I mean, yeah, it's not going to be a thriller, is it? Both teams to score, no. So yeah, I mean, Cardiff, they've also failed to win 12 of the last 14 games at home as well. So
I didn't know that.
I might be changing my opinion here. See how fickle I am.
It's their last home game. That's the only other thing, though, that they might want to go out on a bang, might they, at home? But I don't know if they can be. I just hope they're not going to be bothered. Like they've survived now, so Players should have gone out and had a drink on last night. Hopefully they had a bit of a party, and they just can't be bothered today. It's a 12 o'clock kickoff, so you know what I mean. Hopefully, some of them are a bit hungover.
I do think. I was surprised that this season went so wrong for Huddersfield, and I think it's.
I wasn't. I wasn't when Corberan left.
No,
And Forrest nicked his best players. No, I want shots.
No, and I think it would have been. I think it'd have been so harsh if you actually went down. I don't think you'll go down now, but if you were to go down after what happened in that playoff final last year and just the whole thing, I just think it would have been so harsh on the club. I really do. I'd have felt for you guys.
Oh wow, this is record this. Someone, it's a Leeds fan that's feeling sympathy for me. Ask me if it's other way around. Ask me if I've got sympathy for you.
Yeah, but you've been slagging off Nottingham Forest for us, so I've been like, okay, you've been.
But I want Forest to come down. I also want you to come down, but I want Forest more. It's a very close run thing. But they just get that percentage point this season. I must say
they just get it. Yeah. Lovely.
If they do come down, they'll have to sell all 38 players that they've just bought.
Yeah, I mean, I can't. Yeah, they must be absolutely screwed if they come down. Blimey. So going into it today, what do you want to see then, Steve, from the kickoff?
Goals.
For Huddersfield Town.
For Huddersfield Town. Oh, I want to see some, decent football if we can play it. But I'm not really bothered about the performance. All I'm bothered about is the win. If it's a rubbish game and we win 1-0, I'll be happy as Larry. Genuinely, it's at that point of the season now where performances don't really matter, do they? You know what I mean? It's points on the board that matters. And we simply, if we get 3 points today, that'll make things a lot easier for us. Why do you think we'll stay up, by the way? What's your...
I honestly think it's the Warnock thing. I think there was a point earlier on, I think probably, even when he came in, first couple of games, I don't think he got a win, did he? Or it was...
he won his first game. But then he lost it.
But then,
he lost the next 2-4-0 to Burnley and Coventry.
Yeah, and it was around about then. Just thought this is mission impossible. Like I agree with you. I think if it stays up, it's a miracle.
It's a miracle. It's a miracle from the fact of from the Norwich game. We didn't have a permanent manager. The club was being sold, but nobody knew who to. There were disarray behind the scenes. Players were injured, and a massive, decent injury list. Best players were out, and so I genuinely think it's a miracle if we stay up.
Yeah, no, I think so. I think so, and I think he's the only one that could have pulled you out of this. I mean, were you surprised that Blackpool didn't give it more of a go than they did? Because that could have been you guys, couldn't it? Though it could have just not worked and just completely, pulling in one of these big name managers, these kind of old school big name managers like they did with McCarthy. And
I think the difference is though, what Warnock's different to McCarthy, and he doesn't have that as much of a presence, does he?
No.
And I also think, I think Mick's been out the game for quite a few years, hasn't he? I think his last job was Ipswich or Cardiff, I think. So, and he didn't have as much of a connection to Blackpool as what Neil did with us. I also think Mick jumped ship. He wasn't sacked. He resigned. Let's get it right. Whether the club say he was sacked or not, he resigned because he didn't want a relegation on his CV. I don't think Warnock were bothered. If we went down, he's got his toes, hasn't he? So for me, I think Warnock wants to keep us up because of his connection to us. But if we do go down, I don't think he's that bothered that a relegation is going to be on his CV. He's not going to sit there for the next 15, 20 years or whatever of his life and go, you know what, I wish I'd have never taken the job. Because I don't think he's that sort of character. And I just think Mick just decided to jump ship because he saw that there were no chance. To be fair to Stephen Dobby, though, I mean, he gave it a good chance with Blackpool. He pulled them round and, they were in it until Friday night. I mean, if they'd have kept on with that result, they'd gone into the last week. So, fair play to him. And fair play to Noel Lunt at Reading. But same, I think he pulled them round from a man that can't even make a ham sandwich. You know,
Thank God for that points deduction, though. How do you sometimes just lay in bed at night and think, my God, imagine if that didn't get put in this season?
I mean, that's a bit of a... Who said that? That's a bit of a Jeremy Clarkson quote, that, isn't it? Laying in bed at night thinking about something. No, I don't lay in bed thinking about, thank God that Reading got a points deduction. But I am grateful for the EFL for deciding to get some cojones and actually doing something about the financial state of clubs.
Yeah.
So, you know, thank God that the EFL's decided to stand up for their own laws. But without that points deduction, we would be...
You'd be in the bottom three.
Well, we would be down.
It'd be between you and Rotherham, wouldn't it? Then, really, you'd have been able to leapfrog them with your game in hand. But
yeah,
I mean, that'd be ramped up even more, wouldn't it?
But
you just got to get the business done.
Just think about this: 6 years ago, 6 years ago to the end of the next month, right? Both clubs were playing for £120 million, and now we're both in a relegation scrap to go to League One, where you only get 8 million.
Bonkers, isn't it?
Just have a little think about that. How mental is that?
This is where football's scary at the minute with the financial cliff.
It's mad, isn't it?
You can play, yeah. I mean, the championship's bad, isn't it, money wise, but
we've gone from winning a final where we get £120 million and 100 million if we get relegated, so we got 220 million, to possibly only getting 8 million across the whole of next season.
It's crazy, isn't it? Absolutely bonkers. And you're gonna have Wrexham chasing you soon. Someday they'll fly through leagues, Wrexham.
And the mad thing is, the majority of people in these stadiums, if you lose 50 quid, it's like a massive hole in your pocket.
Yeah.
But football and finances just blags my head. But anyway, I'm not bothered about that moment. I'm more bothered about Danny Ward sticking one in back at net, to be honest. But it'll be worth 25 million to me if he keeps us up.
Do you think there's room? I mean, in terms of, and it'll be interesting actually. One of the aspects of getting a new ownership as well. It'll be interesting to see what they do commercially with the club and see if they can kind of expand their horizons in terms of what they're able to invest in the playing squad. Because that with FFP and all this, you have to be making that money to spend the money, don't you? Really?
Yeah. Well, they're obviously they'll have to pass we don't know where they are with the sort of governance and legislation type forms at the moment. I'm sure they'll make a statement once the season is over. But you know, he seems like the type of character, does Kevin Nagel and his other business partners, to put in money around the local area and that sort of thing. And he's very forward, you know, on the communication with the fans. I mean, he's been on Twitter as of, you know, a couple of hours ago saying he'll be up at 4 a.m, which is their time now in America. So he's going to be watching the game. So that's, you know, it'll be very interesting. There's a lot to sort out at Huddersfield Town Football Club over the next 3-4 months. And it's going to be interesting. But let's get the football over and done with, and then let's sort everything out behind the scenes.
Yeah, I was just looking through. Sorry, go on,
June, by the time we come to June and we're ready to start kicking a ball again, we might have, you know, some semblance of idea though where we can finish, you know, 10th or something and just have a nice relaxing season.
Absolutely. I mean, I was looking through Kev's Twitter feed, see if he'd piped up and said anything about today's game. I couldn't see the tweet that you sent about 4 a.m, staying up at 4 a.m, but I do love it that he's commenting after games and things. You know, it's great.
Yeah, he just put it out. He just put it out a couple of hours ago. He liked my one of my tweets as well, which was nice of him.
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, there we go.
Big Kev.
Big Kev. Did you say that in the tweet?
No, I didn't say Big Kev.
Give us a thumbs up.
He said it as of 3 hours ago. He went, well, a great evening with SAC chapter of Anhart Asok, whatever that is, raising 1.3 million in the US. I don't know. It's probably a charity over there. This was after Sacramento Republic battled Tulsa on the road with a 1-1 result to remain at the top of the table. Lovely.
Wow.
Unbeaten. Now sleep for a few hours and hope to now sleep for a few hours and hope to see a fired up Town battle Cardiff.
Wow, there we
I
go.
love how somebody put on the tweet. What did somebody put? Somebody put on one of the replies. Sleeps for the week, Kevin.
Oh, there you go. Brilliant.
Right.
It really is the honeymoon period. Right then, mate, I'll let you
I'm
go.
I'm off to watch Sky Sports pundits
Yeah.
now. Talking
Get the build up. Try and
talk,
not let the nerves get too high.
no,
But it's understandable. I'll be in the same position in a couple of hours, mate.
yeah. Who are you playing?
Bournemouth.
Oh.
And I'll be on probably with Jason after as well. So you'll get to see my sad little face.
I'll be watching that.
Yeah. Especially if Town have won as well. Can we push you for a score prediction just before we go?
Yeah. I'll go 2-1 to us.
Oh, there we go. I'm going to switch as well. You know what I'm going to say? 1-0. 1-0 Town.
No,
you've twisted my arm and no.
I can see that Welsh flag behind your head.
I think Kevin's positivity is rubbed off on me, and I think, let's go for it. If you've enjoyed watching the video, please do pop a like on the video. Also, get your comments in about Huddersfield Town and today's game, and also subscribe to the channel for more content on Huddersfield Town and our other teams in the region as well. I've been Stephen Brown. Joining me has been Steve Down. Steve, thank you very much, mate, and enjoy the game.
Cheers. I won't be enjoying it, but cheers.
Lovely. And we'll be back again next week. Thank you.